The creature of the spirit world. The spirit world is as real as the physical world, and as you open up this Bible you realize the reality of this spirit world. You cannot be a Bible believer and not believe in the spirit world. Time and time again, as you travel through the pages of this Bible, you are confronted with the reality of the spirit world. In 2 Kings 6, the prophet Elisha and his servant were compassed by the Syrian army who had been sent by their king to arrest Elisha. When the servant of the prophet saw them, he was afraid. But Elisha was at rest because he knew what the servant did not know. Elisha knew the reality that every child of God needs to know. Elisha knew that he was not alone. And this is what you need to know and remember in your life. You are never, ever alone. A child of God is never alone. You have a God who does not sleep, neither does he slumber. You serve a living God who has resources you know nothing about. Look at what Elisha knew. Elisha knew that they were not alone, and he prayed that his servant may see into the spirit realm. 2 Kings 6 verse 17. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes, that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And, behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. The host of Syria came with physical horses and chariots, but the host of heaven surrounded Elisha with spiritual horses and chariots of fire. You see, this is what the children of God need to remember. You have a God who loves you and cares for you, and who is watching over you. Psalm 91 verse 11 and 12. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Angels are watching over you, and you don't even realize it. The holy angels of God are watching over your home and your family, and you don't even realize it. I believe that one day when we are in eternity and we look back at our lives, God will reveal to us all the time that God's angels protected us, and we didn't even realize it. You go about each day with your daily routine not knowing that the angels of the Lord are watching over you. Now how does that make you feel, to know that you matter that much to God, that He has angels that watch over you? How does that make you feel? You are loved, loved, loved. Never forget that. The spirit realm is real, ladies and gentlemen, and we see that in the Bible. We see in the Bible how closely linked our world is to the spirit world multiple times in the Bible. Angels appear in the Bible from the beginning to the end, from the book of Genesis to the book of Revelation. God stationed a specific type of angel called cherubim to protect the Garden of Eden after the fall of Adam and Eve in Genesis 3 verse 24. An angel of the Lord appeared to Moses in Exodus 3 verse 2 to lead the Israelites from captivity in Egypt to the promised land. An angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon under the terebinth tree to encourage him to rescue the Israelites in Judges 6 verse 11. God sent an angel to punish King David and the Israelites, but stopped the angel from destroying Jerusalem after King David repented and offered sacrifice to the Lord in 2 Samuel chapter 24. Angels shut the mouths of lions in Daniel 6 verse 22. My God hath sent his angel, and hath shut the lions' mouths. The lions became no more different than a house cat to Daniel. When Jesus fought Satan in the wilderness, the angels ministered to Jesus in Matthew 4. The angels came and ministered to Jesus when he was praying in the garden in Luke 43. God's invisible agents come to the house of Cornelius and said, Thy prayer is heard, and thine alms are had in remembrance in the sight of God, in Acts 10 verse 31. The spirit realm is the world of angels, both good angels and bad angels. They are real spirit beings, and sometimes the angels of the Lord step into our world, and people even see them. Hebrews 13 verse 2. Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by so doing some people have shown hospitality to angels without knowing it. Does that not amaze you? In your life you could have interacted with angels and not even known it. This happened to my mother. She used to drive long distances as a nurse, and then on one instance her car broke down. Whilst her and her friend were travelling to work, and she had absolutely no idea what to do, she was in the middle of nowhere. Both of them were stuck, and in those days there were no cell phones. And literally a man came out of nowhere. There was nowhere for him to come from, and he fixed the car. And when they tried to thank him, he had disappeared. Hebrews 1 verse 14. Are they not all ministering spirits, sent forth to minister for them who shall be heirs of salvation? Angels are ministering spirits. They minister to the heirs of salvation. Although they are invisible, they protect believers from dangers, and they help to perform the words of the ministers of the gospel. Angels are mighty and powerful spiritual creatures that can never die. They were made by God to be immortal beings. Although angels are spiritual creatures, we believers have them working hard with us and for us. That was why the psalmist says in Psalms 91 verse 11 and 12 that God will give his angels order to keep us all in our ways, so much so that we will not hurt our foot on a stone. Psalm 103 verse 20. Bless the Lord, ye his angels that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word. They are known to be strong spiritual creatures with great strength. They are also obedient to God's commands. They are remarkable creatures. Angels are designed by God for some specific functions. For instance, we have Angel Gabriel, who is associated in the Bible with bringing good news to men, as serves a messenger of good tidings. And we also have angels who are designed to fight battles. It was Angel Michael and his host that will defeat the devil and cast him out of heaven in Revelation 12. The Bible also gave an instance where an angel slew about 185,000 people in a day. Isaiah 37 verse 36. Isaiah 37 verse 36. Then the angel of the Lord went forth, and smote in the camp of the Assyrians 185,000. And when they arose early in the morning, behold, they were all dead corpses. I personally have never had any personal experience with an angel, but I don't need to meet an angel to know that they are real. I don't need to meet an angel to know they are watching over me. They are watching over you. I am a Bible believer, and the Bible tells me that they are real. Not only that, but many saints have had encounters with angels in their lives. Have you? Psalms 91 verse 11 and 12 says, "For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone." God has given his angels the command to protect and watch over us, so that we will not become victims of evil. You can be assured of your safety when you are in Christ. The angels of God are watching over us, are good enough. They protect us from physical and spiritual attacks. We are not defenseless. We have a spiritual God. The President and Prime Minister of every country has secret services, secret agents watching over them. But you have God's invisible agents watching over you.